And hello there, my viewer. Welcome to the Lifestyle Show. This is a very, very interesting show where we're going to be having a topic with our guest today. And I am your host, Catherine Ngovi, and this is my sign name. And my sign language interpreter today is Esther Kendi and Tobias. I'd like to invite my guest for him to introduce himself, to tell us who he is, maybe, and just tell us what he does for us to get to know the guest. Please welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Kate. Thank you so much for the show. I love this particular moment. My name is Nzioki Eric. I'm an author, I'm a speaker, and a Y leadership trainer. I'm living on a purpose for people to bring meaning, purpose, and fulfillment to the lives of others. I'm on a mission to develop 1 million leaders by 2032, and that cuts across Africa and the globe at large, to develop my followers, or the people who follow my work, into leaders, and the leaders that follow me into agents of change. Thank you so much.
Interesting. That is a very, very interesting introduction. So I really, really want to hear more about the purpose, and you can just tell us how you feel being at Science TV for the first time. How is this experience? How are you feeling at the moment?
It's awesome. It's unbelievable. Like, this is the first time interacting with someone whom we cannot really like. There is maybe a barrier, but there is that conversation, the human touch, that when even we sit down, we are human beings, all of us. There is differences in between, and I love how life is beautiful, because God has a meaning, has a purpose, has something big for every single person on earth. And I love it because I'm feeling at home. To some extent, I'm feeling awesome. And I can say it is such a nice experience to sit down with someone whom we can exchange words, but I can only see their actions. And the actions could even be in a position to speak louder than whatever I can say or whatever we can be in a position to speak about. Such a beautiful, beautiful experience. I love it.
Amazing. That's what everything you've been discussing is really, really interesting, and I really hope that every other viewer out there is going to actually have the same feeling wherever they interact with a deaf person, and they can incorporate with us, allow us to have a seamless interaction with everyone. So thank you so much, but allow us now to get to the interview deeply. What made you write the Y code? Because I really want to get to understand what was your thought process. Why this specific topic? Please tell us about that.
So the Y Code First is a book that I'm writing. It is a book project that I'm writing right now, and it has 5 parts. When I say 5 parts, there is the why on itself. I need to demystify what purpose really is to every other person who is coming to learn, to read from it, or maybe align their values and their principles with the book. Then after that, I speak about how now, after knowing your purpose, how do you communicate it out? How do you brand yourself personally, a personal brand? How do you present your ideas? How do you get other people on board? How do you get everything featured into the things that you want to do? Then after knowing that why, you know how to communicate, and now you brand yourself. How do you lead yourself the level someone could be in a position to be inspired by your ideas, be inspired by what you have, or maybe get a few things about leadership from you? How do you develop someone to become a leader? Then the last letter in E in the code is strategic networking. Now, how do you go overboard to network with someone who has maybe an opportunity and they give it to you back, and perhaps they champion it to you, they mention your name to a room that you're not in, and perhaps now you push forward to get in something. Now, answering the question, why did I write the Y code? Or why am I writing the Y code? It is a personal journey first. when I say a personal journey, I lost my dad when I was 3 months old in my mother's womb. And in this particular moment, mom was planning to abort me because there were some differences in the family that is extended, in the community, and the ideas that could come out of this particular idea of abortion was for her to live well with the siblings that are older than me. And in this particular family, we could be in a position to find a nexus between life, bringing us up, and even her living a life to fulfillment at large. So the purpose comes with her. I survived this particular abortion. And she has even planned for it. She goes to the hospital, but instead of her going to the ward to do all this, she goes to the market and buys a goat. Then she goes back at home with the goat. And my siblings are ululating. They are happy because mom has brought something at home. But at the end of her mind, she's stressed. She doesn't know what exactly to do to figure out something that could be in a position to bring her life. She could see opportunities. She could get to the level of her championing something big than just that. So the story is, I've struggled to live without a dad, to find a direction, to find what truly matters. And at some point, I got it wrong, especially when I wanted to do things in a fast way that I could be in a position to help even someone who has not experienced that particular idea of having a dad in their lives, and now they become in a position to drive change, and they become exceptional in their lives on their daily activities that they do. Now that is a personal journey or a personal story, and I've gotten to this particular level of finding life so beautiful, especially when it throws a challenge to you. You look at it as a stepping stone that you can start your life from there. And now you can even think about others when you now want to bridge the next level. The point number 2 is people's struggles. People have been struggling. Yesterday I was reading an article and it said that 75% of people in the United States, an already developed country, they're struggling to love their jobs. 75%, we can imagine, 75% of the people. That is a big figure of how we need to do things in a different way. And why do we hate our jobs? Perhaps it is maybe a leader who is noisy, or someone who doesn't understand you, or someone who doesn't give you a chance to express yourself. And in a big way, people are operating in autopilot. You wake up every single day, you go to your job, you do what you have to do, you come back in the evening, and you do a few things all together to find a nexus between life, work, and everything that you need to balance in between. And now it becomes even a challenge to someone to aid their jobs. So for me to write this particular book is to help them understand that there is a bigger purpose. There is something that they were created to do. We are all created to become creators in the world. And we just need to find that particular level where we need to get a few things together, and we could push to the next level when we find that particular purpose. The number 3 thing is a purposeful impact. I want to make a difference when I'm alive. I want to make something out of this particular beautiful life. I want someone to live inspired, empowered, and equipped with the right knowledge, principles, and ideas that could bridge the gap between where they are and where they could be in the future. Yeah.
Amazing. You have really pointed out very, very important points which have to be looked at, or which we have to put in mind anytime we are talking about. And you have given us your history, which is, you've really explained it's not been easy. So tell us, how can a person know their real purpose in life? How do you even get to understand your real purpose in life?
Okay, for me, I found my purpose when I was 17 years old. And now when I mean 17 years, it's in this particular point in life where I'm in school, and in this particular room. So I can remember it is on a Wednesday at Kangundo High School. That is my former high school. And I'm in Form 2. Then I'm given the opportunity to lead a group of 500 people in the YCS group. That is the Catholic Association. And I don't know how to lead these people. There are 500 of them, Form 1s, Form 2s, Form 3s, and Form 4s. And now my name is called to come and speak to these people. And I can remember that Wednesday, I couldn't even focus on the people who are bringing the change to my life entirely. And now I'm in this particular position where I have to figure out a way to speak or communicate to them. So this particular moment defined how my life is going to look for the rest of it. And in this particular point of life, I stepped back and I asked myself, why am I in this particular situation? How am I going to lead these people? How am I going to come out of this particular room? Because as the rules and regulations said in Kangundo High School, especially in the YCS, when you get the opportunity to lead as a YCS vice chairman, you have to become a chairman by the time you are exiting. So I'm in Form 2 towards the end, and in Form 3 and in Form 4, I have to become a leader who champions everything for every single person. So it is not like something that I'm going to do today and I do away with it. It is something that is going to define how my life is going to look like in Kangundo High School. So I found purpose in leading others or making a way for others easily. And in this particular one, it has given me the opportunity to see what others cannot see and how I can point out some things in a position where I cannot just be in a position to give literally everything about all these ideas closer to my mind. And I have to figure out a way that champions me to becoming a leader that is valued. And this one did really happen. Now at 17, I know my purpose is to lead others. And I struggled the first day. Then the next Wednesday, I stand before people, but now I choose someone like Kate, and I just focus on them despite the room having 500 plus people. Now focusing on Kate makes it easier for me to speak to the whole of the group. So now I can maintain the eye contact, I can speak confidently, and I can maybe say something to them. That way, it became easier for me to identify what truly mattered to some people. I can say that by the time I was exiting Kangundo High School, I left as a YCS chairman and a school vice chairman or a school captain who championed others to become champions by whatever they did. And me leading them, it made a difference. For the past 10 years in Kangundo High School, both the vice chairman and the chairman, that is the president and the deputy president rather, they never had a chance to go to campus or to a university. But in this particular moment, me, the vice chairman, and the chairman himself, we are going or transitioning to a university. And we're not only going there, the two of us, we are going there with 60 plus others. In the previous year, there were less than 30. How did we even do all these things? It shows you that there is something that we did. We brought life to these people and we spoke it to the matter that they understood our vision about the school and how we could change the vision and the history that has always been all over here. Then now I answer this beautiful question. That was my experience about finding the purpose. When I say finding purpose, you need to point out to 4 things. Number 1 thing is pain. What breaks your heart when you see it happen, maybe to someone in society and perhaps to someone who is next to you? It is not just you, it breaks your heart, yes. But in a bigger way, you're going to see it happen to someone else. Maybe it is injustice. This is just like a perfect example. When you see someone being done injustice to them, perhaps extrajudicial killing to someone else's son, maybe someone else's daughter, or someone maybe is an husband, it breaks your heart. So you need to figure out a way that brings out change in that field of injustice, and it makes a difference for you. That is pain. Number two thing is passion. What makes you come alive when you look into it? Is it spending life or spending time with a kid who is younger than you and you feel alive at the end of it all? Perhaps you want to shape their ideas. You could be bringing mentorship. You love speaking to them. You love drawing with them. You love doing things in a bigger way to them. Is it spending time with someone who is older? Perhaps they are giving you ideas that could help you to live life when now everything starts to go south. And through them, you could even help someone else to discover a bigger purpose than just you. The number three thing is, what are your skills, your professional life or your career? Someone could find purpose in IT. Maybe it is you being a TV host today. It is a skill that you've gone to school and you've mastered. And now you want to bring purpose out of it in a big way. You could find that because you connect with people, you empower them, you inspire them, you help them understand stuff, you educate them on what truly matters. That is purpose. And number four thing, what legacy do you want to leave behind you? If you died today, what do you want to be remembered for? For me, I want to be remembered as a person who challenged people to think, who challenged people to live on a purpose, who made life easy for someone else, even when mine was so hard. And at the end of the day, I could bring meaning, purpose, and fulfillment at the end of the day to every single person on earth. Thank you.
Amazing. That has
Thank
been
you.
very interesting, and you have really pointed out everything very clearly. I really am hoping that my viewers are getting to learn a lot from you, and I really hope that this purpose that you are driving gets to continue in a very big way. So please tell us, what are the common mistakes that people make when looking for their why?
Wow, this is interesting because it is misunderstood by so many people. And I can say, number one thing of a mistake, people usually say, or mistake when they're finding their purpose, is they think it is something outside there. Yet, it is something within you. Every single person is born with a purpose. And we all know about this. In Jeremiah 29:11, the good book tells us about God having beautiful plans for all of us. And when we say all of us, every single person has a bigger purpose. So when you think it is something out there, it doesn't make sense to me. And so many people think that if I still sit and wait for the perfect moment, perhaps I'm going to find that purpose. Instead, you just need to sit down with yourself, meditate, ask yourself deeper questions. A question like, what if I succeed? Or why not me? Or how may I be in a position to become someone who is great? When you focus on those questions, you're not focusing on becoming the best version of yourself when you wait for the perfect moment or something out there, but you're focusing on you becoming the best version of yourself from inside, intrinsically. And you just need to sit down, because everything that you're looking for in the world, it is in your soul. And your soul is divided in the heart, the mind, and the will. When you challenge the mind to think, it gives you solutions to the hard ideas. When you challenge your heart to reflect or to give you an idea, it gives you the most beautiful things you ever want. Maybe it is a beautiful car. it resonates with it. And if it is a willingness, now the will, after thinking and reflecting with the heart, the willingness helps you to become that person. That is mistake number one. Thinking that purpose is outside there, or it is somewhere hanging out. The number two mistake is being self-centered. You've heard me talk about 1 million people by 2032. It is a vision that I have for my life. I'm thinking about someone else. So purpose must touch the life of the person who is next to you. A brother who is seated at your right and a sister at your left. So you should not think about yourself all the time. Purpose must include the word we, not always me, 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 me. And when you focus like that, it makes so much difference to the life, to the earth, and to the world, because Mother Earth wants people who have come alive to sit down and think about someone. It makes a difference when you sit down and think about someone. Maybe I can save them from danger. Perhaps I could sit down and maybe get to the next level when now someone needs my help. And how can you be of help to the world? That is mistake number two, like now thinking about yourself all the time. Purpose should touch the lives of others. If you're a TV host like you need to think about, what is my word going to speak to someone else? How is my show going to change someone else's life? There is someone who is quitting today. Are they going to quit after watching my show, or are they going to feel alive again after watching it? So you feel and you empathize with someone else so that you could be in a position to interact fully and drive ideas that could change someone else's life. Yeah. Thank you.
You've really pointed out so many things, but the aspect of not being selfish is really stands out. And you've really pointed out about the will that people need to have. And that is really important in terms of even legacy.
Yeah.
And that is so very important. I'm really learning a lot on this show today. And I'd like to take a short break, and we'll be back to continue with more.